These are the Cali Raised rock sliders. We're not gonna be installing them on my Tacoma back there. We're actually gonna be installing them on this. This is my old man's truck, my father's. Let's go ahead and hop into this install.
I got a hold of Trent. It was time to put on rock sliders, and Trent hooked me up with the company he works with called Guild Outfitters, and they were super decent company to work for. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about these rock sliders, and we'll talk about why we're putting them on and everything later. But before Trent got here to film this and we could get together and work together, I did do some prep work that I wanted to go over and show you guys in order to put these rock sliders on, what prep work went into it and what I had done prior to the starting of the video. First, most important mod you can have for your Toyota Tacoma. You ready for it?
What is it?
You ready for it?
Yeah, what is it?
Watch. The bed mat. Why is it important? Why should it be the first thing you buy? Ladies and gentlemen, the ground's wet. Okay, a couple things I was worried about with putting bolt-on rock sliders on would be rust. So, in the efforts of trying to avoid rust, I came under here and unbolted everything that they told you to take off prior to the installation of the rock sliders, which is this wire bracket here, and then I had cleaned and painted the frame all up. I don't know if Trent, you want to get a close-up with clean and painted frame, but everywhere that the rock slides are going to be touching, I painted. Now, I went through a whole bunch of different things on what to do. I looked at Pour 15, I looked at maybe putting tar on there, but I ended up going with a good coat of Rust-Oleum hammer coat because that paint's always been good to me and it's hard as a rock.
And this is all the mounting hardware that comes with these Cali Raised rock sliders. Bunch of bolts, bunch of little brackets, bunch of little cool things to look at. Should be fun to install. I didn't realize how many pieces went onto this. What are we doing here?
We're gonna mount this, and there's a specific way they say in the directions to mount this, but there's an easier way, and you can do it by yourself. This one 14mm bolt you take out of your frame, I'm going to take this 14mm bolt and I'll put this bar up on my fat stomach and slide it under the truck. Now, there's no doubt that I'm going to struggle here, but
I would love to help you, but this camera just weighs so much. Cali Raised says to start from the back and work our way to the front, so that's what we're gonna do. There's a ton of bolts, so we're gonna go ahead and start installing them.
The kicker to this is Cali Raised sends you everything you need to mount it to your vehicle and everything you need to mount it to other vehicles. So we're gonna have some leftover parts, nuts and bolts. We just need to figure out which ones we need for this application. People tell you don't use never seeds. I read some articles on the forum saying don't use never seeds because it messes with the torque specs. Nah, if I'm going to take it back off one day, it's getting never seeds. Okay, in the directions, they tell you to put this inside the cross member. Now, remember that nice little hack I had with the 14mm bolt earlier? Put that in. Just start from there. Put this in before you put the 14mm bolt in, or you will have to undo that to get this in. This has to go inside the cross member first, and then you can go ahead and put that 14mm bolt in to hold everything in place to get the rest of the bolt started.
You're not supposed to break it. Why'd you cut it in half?
Well, here's the thing. Inside the frame, there's a splash guard. And while I do appreciate the handle being that length so you can get it up in there, I can still finagle it in there. And I put the splash guard back on to keep shit from getting up in the frame. Stuff from getting up in the frame. The most invaluable tool in the arsenal, the Dremel. Don't sleep on the Dremel.
How do you like that new Dremel?
I do like it. I got it for a birthday gift.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, super nice.
Passenger side is now done. Now we just got to do the same thing on the other side. What do you think about the install? It would be funny if it just snapped off the frame.
Like, no! Because we're not the smartest people in the world, but we can learn from our mistakes. We're gonna go ahead and put that on the driver's side in the cross member first. Wrong tool. Let's go get the big grinder. All right, guys. So we just finished up putting on the Cali Raised side steps. I love them. They're awesome. I did do some different things. I painted my frame up a little bit before I put them on. And I'll be honest with you, it took me longer to wipe the frame down with rubbing alcohol and scuff it and paint it than it actually did to put the side steps on. They're pretty easy, straightforward, no mess. Just stick them on there and bolt them on. Pretty awesome setup, and I like it. The reason why I went with them is because my wife is 5'0" and I originally took the Predator steps off and gave them away because they drew blood and I hated them. I literally hated them. But from the day I took them off, I had to hear it from my wife how hard it was to get in the truck. And then we lifted it with the 3.2 lift from Torch, and then that became more of a problem for her to get in the truck. So I had to do something. I get a hold of Modern Day Viking, and he says, hey, check out Guild Outfitters. He says, they got pretty much everything you're looking for. So I get on their site, and not only find out they have the steps that I want there, they also have the back bumper that works with the blind spot monitoring. I know everybody, like all the forums I've been to, a lot of people are looking for that. He has it. All kinds of different companies and that he does and distributes for. And the dude's an awesome dude. He gave me the Modern Day Viking discount. And that you guys, I believe, they can get a discount, right?
Yeah, down in the description. Modern Day Viking. The Modern Day Viking. No. Modern Day Viking, all caps, is the code. It'll be down in the description. I mentioned that before, but just to let you guys know if you want to check it out.
Yeah. Along with that, I'm going to be getting back in touch with Guild Outfitters. By the way, thank you, Guild Outfitters. For real, Guild Outfitter has been great to me, and it's because of you, I believe. And I appreciate everything they've done for me. The wife can be happy now. She can get in the truck. I'm good, man. Thank you to Guild Outfitters.
Nice. So you like the install then? Pretty easy install?
Absolutely. Perfect.
We had about, what, 2 hours, 3 hours?
Probably 2 hours in the install. I mean, I had a couple hours the other day in the prep and everything and painting the frame all up, but yeah.
And Cali Raised, you know, we didn't do a step-by-step because Cali Raised documents are a lot easier to follow than a video I would make. But we did a little bit of an install video here so you can see kind of our process, a little bit of things we messed up, some of the things we changed. We cut a couple bolts to make the fitment a little bit better.
Cut the handles on those pan bars too, so I can put the splash guards back up in to keep the box frame from getting stuff up in it. So
yeah, you saw how we would install it and how we did it. The directions on the Cali Raised website, pretty straightforward, so I'll let them tell you guys how to do it.
You could do this. It could be a one-person job, but I will say, let's go ahead and get it right out in the open. Make sure you put that nut and plate inside the cross member before you put them up there, because you're going to take it back off to do it. Also, shout out to Cali Raised, because you're putting out a product and not charging shipping. And for real, the shipping was keeping me from buying them from the beginning. I'm not paying $300-400 to ship something. So huge shout out to Cali Raised for shipping for free.
All right, guys, thank you for watching. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It means a ton to me. Now that I live up closer to my dad again, maybe we'll be seeing him in some videos. I know you guys like to see that. Thanks for watching. Do me a big favor. Check this video out right here. It's pretty good, and I'll see you in the next one.